inside of us. It chose the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. I stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. Stuck in my head when lights go off. You're everything that I could ever want. Your touch so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. This ain't no sugar-coated love. You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't.
Hi, welcome to Creative Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier. And why is my music still playing? Man, man. Don't you hate that? Thank you, Gord. We'll do that again. All right. So I'm assuming right from the beginning I didn't have sound. You guys can give me somebody give me a yes that it was no sound from the very beginning. Because what I think I actually did when I started it, and which is if you saw me pause on screen without sound, was I turned off my mic instead of the music, and I was like, why the heck is the music still playing? But apparently I hit the mic instead. So if you didn't catch, let's see, thank goodness, there we go. Okay, now happens to the best of them. So hello everyone, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and I am here to help you deliver your value through online video. As I said earlier, which I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, I'm guessing not based on that whole debacle. We're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you are new to the live stream, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. If you want to be notified on future live streams and other videos that can help you deliver your value through online video, consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. What I was doing is going through chat and saying hello to all of your pretty faces out there. I just saw a no sound pop up, but I'm assuming that's delayed. All right, yeah, no sound from the beginning. Perfect. All right, so want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We have the predictor out there. We have Nandin, learn, apply, repeat. Just found the channel a couple days ago. All I can say is thank you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We have Naruto7689, Sabby BG. Great to see you on the verge of 100,000 subscribers. So the party's going to be at his house as soon as he hits that. Keaton Walsh, True Financials, Variety Girl 1, Alex. We got Yornbag, Destiny, Washington, Lee Clark, I Think I Can 251, Rocking Sea, Homestead, Legend TV. Good to see everybody. Elite Jamaica official channel out there as well. DC Scrap and Rooster. I saw you frantically trying to tell me that there was no sound as well. Sarasota Experience, Snake Eyes BP 1980, Foul Fish, Wozy Learns, Gemma Greek Crew, Chris Conkle Vlogs. Great to see you, man. Legend TV, I think we got Sabby B, David Sebald, James Enriquez, Lunakai TV, and Artie Franklin's out there as well. And let's see, Artie Franklin, I see. Kevin Boston 7, Foul Fish. Make sure I'm scrolling through all the people. Dougie Life TV. I'm at the point where everybody's going, there's no audio. So anyway, let's see. I'll tell you a story about no audio here when I'm done getting through everybody. I see Radio Don out there. Johnny Ray's Digital Nomad. Great to see you guys. Hope I didn't miss anybody. MXXN Child. And Super Rizzo Gamer going, he really doesn't notice. When you get on a roll, you usually try to get something out and then go back to the chat. And the reason that I couldn't see you guys saying there's no audio is because when I jump in the chat to say hello to everybody, I scroll the chat to the top of the screen. So while you guys were all frantically saying no audio, I had the chat all the way scrolled to the top. There was no way I was going to see you until I caught up. So, Keaton Walsh, we have everybody frantically telling me no sound. True Financials, it's been a solid 3 minutes now of no sound. Let's see. Catching up here. Mickey McPlays. And Just Me Dev. Dirty Shoot Ventures. Farmer Pierce, Pam, Duthie, Doug Hewson, Shannon Vlogs out there as well. I see some conversations about Article 13. That's something we can talk about tonight, Article 13. I probably have a little bit different viewpoint on Article 13 than is the popular kind of sentiment that's going around out there. So we can definitely talk about that. Pam, good job with Nick in his video. Yeah, for those of you guys who haven't seen, over on Nick Nimmin's channel, he released the collaboration that he and I did together at Vid Summit. So if you haven't been over there today, definitely head over and check out that video and let them know you popped over from here. All right. Let's see here. Trying to catch up. Shannon Vlogs, do you think you will hit 20K by the end of the year? That is my goal. That is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of December. So if you know anybody who needs a little help with some best practices on YouTube, definitely share the channel. And hopefully we can get to that goal before December 31st. So, hey, Beanie Jaws out there as well. Good to see you popping in. Hey, Jay Malone, how are you, my friend? Moon Allure, Kevin Boston. Let's see, Dan at the beginning of the stream. How are you allowed to use copyrighted music? Where do you get the copyright notice and just don't care? At the beginning of my stream, I'm using music that I pay to use through Epidemic Sound, so it's not copyrighted. I mean, well, technically it may be, but I have permission to use it because I pay for it. But that song that I have in the beginning now is from Epidemic Sound. If you haven't tried them out, they have some really good music on there. And that's one of my favorite songs from what I've come across over there. But they have a lot of really good variety, tons and tons and tons of songs. So. Gino Cooks, Keto and More, first-time listener to your live stream, long-time watcher of videos. Awesome. Welcome to the live stream. It's great to have you here. We have a pretty decent crowd. We're about 45 people right now. Usually range between 30 to 70, depending on 70 every once in a while. I'm not sure what causes that. You know, every once in a while the stars align and that happens, or we'll peak and kind of go back and forth. But there's Buddy. He kind of just does what he wants. And if he jumps on my shoulder, I apologize. But he doesn't really like it when I tell him no. So we'll see how that goes. In any event, I don't know if you can, yeah. He's just doing what he wants to do. All right. Oh, yeah. Great. Thanks for stopping by, bud. All right. Techno Girl, welcome to the live stream as well. Good to have you here. Epidemic Sound is a lot better than anywhere else I've looked. Yeah, I've tried a few other ones in terms of getting decent music, and Epidemic Sound has by far been one of the better ones. Nandan or Nandan, how long until you start reviewing? I probably won't do that for about another hour. Something like that. That's usually when it tends to happen. Hiding at work, can't watch, just listen. Kevin Boston, on January 1st, 2019, will the total watch time for the past 12 months drop to 0? No, the past 12 months is not calendar. It's not a calendar 12 months. It is 12 months from wherever you are in time right now. So you stop where you are, you turn around, you look behind you, and for the 12 months from that day back, you have to have at least 4,000 watch hours. So there is no particular, there's no deadlines or anything like that. It is a rolling, it's like your tail. If your 12-month tail has 4,000 watch hours within that time period, then you're fine. And for those of you who don't know, who didn't see my community tab post, Buddy has his own Instagram. It's at BuddyMakes5. I figured, why not? New to the family. He's only 6 months old. He's going to have his whole social media life out there. Hey, Predictor. Techno Girl, how do channel reviews work? Basically, what would happen is when we do channel reviews, we pick some channels and we bring them up on the screen and kind of go over you know, what you're doing right, where there's areas for improvement and those sorts of things. in terms of actually picking the channel, I pretty much do it differently every live stream. I like to keep everybody guessing. Super Rizzo going to share some buddies on Discord real quick. JBiz Gaming, welcome to the live stream as well. So how you guys doing? Oh, so that's one of the things that I said when you guys couldn't hear me. I was interested to know whether you guys had any goals for 2018, whether you have reached your goals, if you're doing anything between now and the end of the year to kind of give yourself a little extra boost to reach a goal by the end of 2018, and even what your plan is. If you have any big plans for 2019, let me know in the comments. I myself, as I already mentioned, am trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by December 31st. And I had I implemented a tweak to my my video strategy probably October, November-ish, and it is kind of it's starting to pick up pace, and the channel itself is starting to rise. In addition to that, we just did the as I also mentioned, the collaboration over on Nick's channel, and that's provided a little extra boost to the channel as well. So at the moment, it's only the 5th, but we are, for the first 5 days of December, I am getting the numbers that I need to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. But I need to maintain that and preferably grow on that between now and then. So hopefully that'll work out. But I'd love to know what your goals are, and you know, whether you've achieved them. I did see Sabby BG was closing in on 100,000 subscribers. That's fantastic. Congrats to you. Let's see here. Pam just got her goal of 5,000 subs. Awesome. Congrats to Pam. Let's see here. Kevin Boston had, my goal for 2018 is to reach 1 million subscribers on or before August 1st, 2019. It's a big goal, but I like to think big. Well, good for you. Needs more subs in the chat as well. Good to see you. At 2018, my goals were all on a different channel. Let's see here. Moonlord, I tried Blogmas on my blog last year. It was a fail, but doing Vidmas is a lot more fun. Great. And let's see. I see, where is Dirty Shoes Venture? If I can stay awake long enough, maybe you'll get a chance to check out my channel art and see if it's better than last time. All right, we can probably do that. All right. And let's see. V Worldwide, what did I miss? What happens if you don't have 4,000 watch hours? So the requirements to be a YouTube partner and be monetized and have ads that display on your videos to allow you to get paid here on YouTube require a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours over the past 12 months, or any given 12 months. So you basically need to maintain that level of traffic over the past year. But once your channel starts to get going and you cross that, unless you totally abandon YouTube, it is you typically will stay above those thresholds. So, 21090 Brewing, we just hit our 4K watch time threshold this week. Awesome, congratulations on that. And I saw some comments. I'm trying to scroll back. Jay Malone, I liked Epidemic tracks, but I decided to join Artlist. So far, very happy with their tracks. Used for anything, anywhere. Yeah, I looked a long time ago. I had looked at Artlist, and then I think I ended up finding Epidemic Sound through TubeBuddy, and kind of went that route. All right, so I think we're good back there. Try to get back up to the current. Buddy's running around like a crazy cat. It must be good to have that much energy. He just runs around entertaining himself, throwing himself on his back and playing with anything. Let's see here. Alex full time. What did I miss? Well, let's see. Doug Houston, need to hustle to make 1,000. All right, let's see, trying to carefully scroll. Yeah, if you guys have any specific questions about your channels or YouTube in general, definitely let me know in the comments while I catch up here. Snake Eyes BP19, I'd like to know how to get past the Article 13. So what is your point of view about it? I think the biggest thing about Article 13 is going to be how it's enforced. Like, my understanding of it is actually to prevent. So you have like certain companies who allow third-party content on their platform. They usually enter into agreements with like music companies for the rights to use music. Whereas somebody like YouTube just puts it all on the creator and they just reap the benefits of it. Now YouTube comes out and says, hey, this is so bad for creators. But the thing you have to realize to a certain degree is YouTube's motivation is not a small creator as much as it is what is, financially optimal for YouTube as a whole. So I think it's in their best interest to kind of doom and gloom it a little bit extra, kind of a political kind of angle on it, to, get everybody to just be completely angry about it without really understanding it. Well, YouTube said it was bad, so let's all follow YouTube's lead. But you got to remember, YouTube is a major corporation who's focused on maximizing revenue for the corporation. So as educated creators, I think we should always, at the very least, do our own research and not just follow along with what any entity says, because you have to understand that those entities have their own motivations for saying what they say. Even when they tell you that their motivations are for your benefit, it's not always the case. So but YouTube's argument is basically that if this law is in place, that it will become nearly impossible for them to do business in Europe because of it, because there's too much liability. Now, while that sounds dramatic, something tells me that YouTube would not simply say, hey, we're not going to, collect the money we've been collecting in Europe and walk away. Obviously, that's a good selling point, but it's obviously a little more complicated than that, because they're not simply going to go, oh, sorry, guys, we can't do business here. They're certainly going to try to find a way to work within the context of the new law. But, if they have any opportunity to prevent it from happening, they're certainly going to doom and gloom it as much as possible. Not to say, Article 13 is good, bad, or otherwise. I just think that we need to be a little bit cautious about which bandwagon we jump on without truly, doing some research and understanding what it means to people, which isn't always easy because the information that's out there, if you want to read the whole thing, is probably long-winded and complicated. All right. Simply Beth, I just posted my first vid, which was just a 1-minute response to a challenge. Going to start doing my crafting vids soon. So not many subs yet. Awesome. Awesome that you got started and you got your first video. That is the only way to start, so congrats to you. First one's always the hardest. Buddy's crazy. What part of that sounded like a call for you? All right, here. Hey, Dan, I met the criteria for monetization for a long time. Sent a request. It's been about 3 weeks, and all it says is we will email you when approved. I would probably expect... I probably wouldn't look for a response on monetization for at least 6 weeks. At least that's what it when they claimed that they had caught up on the backlog of monetization and they started doing current ones. It was taking about 6 weeks. I haven't really heard a lot or enough data to go in either direction from that, so I'd probably give it at least 6 weeks. Let's see here. Is it Sakta? I'd like to know your idea about how to grow a non-English speaking channel. Well, I would imagine that a non-English speaking channel is going to work just like a English speaking channel is. You obviously want to target the audience that speaks the language that you intend to cover on your channel. The one thing that I would frown against, and I see people do it and I don't really understand why, is they'll do all of their metadata in English, like the title will be in English and the description will be in English, and then they'll do the entire video in another language. If you're going to focus on a particular language, keep all of your metadata consistent to that language, because it doesn't serve any purpose to draw people in who speak English with your title and your thumbnail to a video that forces them to watch closed caption if you have it, or simply is in another language altogether. So you can do your titles and tags and all that stuff in the language that you choose to do your video in, and I would just keep that consistent. But YouTube is international, so make content like that, and YouTube will figure out who to get that content to. All right, here, let's see. Chris Conkle Vlogs, why is everyone in such a rush to make no money? Once you hit 1,000, certain awesome features open. Yeah, there are, I mean, there's definitely benefits to getting to 1,000 subscribers for sure. AdSense is not, you're not going to make a fortune on AdSense, but you can. I mean, so for my, I think this channel, I think by the time I got approved for monetization the second time, so this channel was originally monetized under the 10,000 rule. Or no, I guess that was the Average Dan. So the Average Dan, which is my other YouTube channel, is actually the channel that lost monetization. So it had it for the 10,000 rule, and then it lost it because it didn't have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. When that when that channel came back, when it finally got monetized again, it was making about $100 a month, which isn't a ton of money, but it's enough to reinvest in the channel and use the money to you know, do equipment upgrades or whatever it is you want. So there's a little bit of money to be made that. But if you're serious about turning YouTube into a business, you have to know that there are many other ways besides the actual ad revenue to make money, and you don't want to rely on ad revenue as the main source of income. Some people do it and some channels do it, but it's really risky, and you want to try to diversify as much as possible so you don't fall in you don't want to be completely at the whim of changes to YouTube, because if the monetization policy changes and you don't have any other sources of income, you know, that can you know, severely impede you financially. Let's see here. All right, here. Chris Conco Vlogs, you need 1 million views a month to make money with AdSense. Well, yeah, again, it's all relative of what you consider. Yeah, if you want to make like a full-time income, you definitely need a lot of views to make that kind of money. Who just recently did... Oh, Eric Roby, who does a channel called Rev Match TV, just recently had a couple videos that went to the millions, or got over 1 million views, and he shared his ad revenue. It was about $1,900, which in that amount is going to vary based on the CPM, or the cost per mil that the advertisers are paying for that particular niche and, you know, content type. So it can be a little bit more than that, but it just shows you that you're not going to get rich on one video that does 1 million views. Oh. Let's see. We have Imperial Brick Productions out there. Shirley's World. Vanilla. West Coast Cajun Cuisine. Good to see you. Beanie Jaw says, I'm grateful to be over 10,000 because I honestly prefer stories over the community tab. I do like the stories. The stories feature, it is kind of nice. I'm going to give some thought to whether I want to actually just use that casually the way I've been using it, or actually try to do some type of, you know, strategy or regular thing with the YouTube stories. Have not decided that yet. And let's see, we've got... Shirley's World, think channels grow faster too. Took me 3 months, 3 good months of consistent work to get to 1,000. Once I did, I grew exponentially. I'm now almost at 3,000, and it's been about 3 weeks. Awesome. Trying to scroll down here. Let's see. Beanie Jaws says monetization and CPM are different. One of my friends makes double the ad revenue I make, and they have 1/20th the audience. Yeah, so basically, so CPM is cost per mil, which is the rate that the advertiser pays per 1,000 views. RPM is the revenue per mil, and that is the actual amount of money you're making as a content provider per 1,000 views. That particular amount can range depending on the type of content that you're making. If you're doing videos about a specific niche, or you're covering specific products or something like that, there may be a brand out there that wants their commercials specifically on your content, and then your CPM or RPM can jump considerably. You know, I've seen them range quite considerably, and sometimes you'll see little spikes where there must have been some particular ad campaign or something where they wanted to target something that you were doing, and then that RPM jumps for a couple days, you know, exponentially, and then, you know, works its way back down. So yeah, monetization is the ability to allow ads to appear, and then your actual rates are going to depend on your content and what kind of advertisers are actually looking to put advertising on your particular type of video. And thank you so much to West Coast Cajun Cuisine for the $10 super chat. Yep, Blevin, I did check out your video on your new channel. You have been such a great help to me going in the right direction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I believe you did, what was it, Cajun shrimp. I did check out that video. Great to see that you have a new channel. Made me hungry, so that's good. So yeah, thanks again for that. I do appreciate it. And West Coast Cajun Cuisine did take over the stream boss in the lower right hand corner, so he'll hang out there until somebody knocks him out of that spot. We have, is it Kib Jiu-Jitsu? Good evening, or Kib or Kib, I don't know how to pronounce the Y in that, but good evening to you as well. Good to see you. Let's see. Try to catch up here. I thought I saw, where'd that go? Where'd that go? Is there a right or wrong way to make an uploading schedule? I think the most important part of an upload schedule is that you can maintain it. There are tools out there that'll give you an idea of potentially when the best time is to release a video. Obviously, you want to find out where your core audience is, and you definitely want to release videos while they're awake. You know, and try to get that the most opportune time to do that. Depending on your audience, it can vary. If you have content that people watch on the weekends, then weekends may be strong for you. If you're putting out content that people are watching from their desks at work every morning, that it may make sense to get them out, you know, at 8 o'clock in the morning. So when people sit down with their coffee at work, they have your content to watch. It varies depending on your particular audience. So you can definitely test it out and see what works better. I believe Morning Fame, the Morning Fame service has a best time to post that they provide, which is, from what I've seen, better than a lot of the other the ones that are out there. All right, here. Hey, Launchpad Astronomy. And I'm a music kind of girl. You should have some background music here. Really? I wonder if I can do... You know, I've considered that. We'll have to play with that on a future live stream. But yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think? Do you think we should have a little bit of background music going during the live stream? Maybe bring in that same song or something else, a little low key. If you think that's a good idea, just comment music in the chat. Let's see here. Hey, there's 50 of you guys in here right now. If you are enjoying the live stream, definitely hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Unit Productions, any tips for growing an animation channel? You know, there's a lot of different niches that can benefit from trying to include educational or how-to content. When you say animation channel, I don't know if your animation channel is just showing the work that you've done, but anytime that you can share knowledge and give people some, you know, insight into the techniques that you do. You know, one of the things with animation channels sometimes is it can be a little bit longer between work. You know, if you're working on something, you know, the projects might take a little bit longer, and therefore you're not putting out content as often. So you want to find a way to fill the gaps when you're not doing like a full-fledged, you know, drawing or time lapse or however you're actually doing it. But there's opportunities there to do stuff in between. Again, with some of the informational or educational kind of content that, you know, share some of the techniques that you're using in your videos, for example. Right. All right, let's see. Pretty much Beanie Draws pretty much have my strategy set, answer fan questions, and show works in progress, and editing and drawing stage. Yeah, definitely. If you're looking for an animation channel, Beanie Draws is a good example. So check out Beanie Draws if you haven't yet, and see how he's putting all that together. Alex, your what is $7? Better with a Joan. Just got my community tab with a little over 5,000 subscribers. Looking to double my content posts and involve my viewers in the run up to 10,000 subs and upwards. Awesome. Yeah, so the change that they made is giving everybody over 1,000 subscribers the community tab. So if you haven't got it yet and you have at least 1,000 subscribers, you should probably expect to see that in the near future. V Worldwide, I have 7,000 views, which is great, but nobody is subbing. I have only 39 subs. Any tips you can give me? Yeah, you need to think about why somebody would subscribe, what value you offer in your content, you know, whether you are giving them a reason to come back for content. Depending on the type of content that you have, will kind of dictate how you do that. But you know, make sure you're actually including calls to action where you're reminding people to subscribe. You know, because sometimes those are things that people just don't think about. And hopefully the type of content that you're putting on your channel is all related to a single niche, so there's not a disconnect between, you know, people that subscribe and you know, future content that you're putting out there. All right. Oreo Time 1, how's it going? Better with a drone. Just got the new inexpensive drone with a 4K 3-axis camera that has a lot of buzz. Expecting more viewers. Looking to see the Hubson Zeno in action. Cool. I think Jay Malone was in here earlier. He has a channel that covers drones as well. All right. Not supposed to, but that Cajun trip. Yeah, definitely worth making an exception. I think I would eat just about Cajun anything. That's good stuff. In fact, there's a bar near here that does Cajun chicken wings. That's how I roll. Boomy Nation, thank you for all your vids. They have helped a lot, and our practices I will always carry with me in my YouTube channel. Awesome. Thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate it. And welcome to the live stream. All right. Great for Mel's. I was thinking of uploading on Mondays, but I noticed not a lot of people upload on Mondays. Is there any statistic, or do you have a preference? Again, don't worry about what other people are doing, because even if they're successful on a given day, it doesn't mean that you will be. Honestly, I don't stick to that rigid of a schedule. I basically do a live stream on Wednesdays. That's always stationary, but then I put out one other video during the week. It's not always on the same day. If you use something like Morning Fame, for example, though, it'll kind of show you, like if you try a bunch of different days, you can see how the videos actually performed in terms of view velocity, which is the rate at which people start watching them right when you upload. So you can start to see patterns of times where your particular audience is more receptive to jump on your video and watch it right when it comes out. So that's definitely something that that you can use as a guide. But right in the beginning, when you're putting out videos, I would just pick a schedule and roll with it. We have a lot of votes for no background music. No music. All right. Have a good night, Shirley's World. Music can become distracting, some are saying. How does one add music to a live stream? So basically, for most of the sources, so it's kind of like the same way that you add that you would add an image or something. You set up a source, but you put it to an actual audio file, and then you have the option to set that particular source to loop. So then it would get to the end of the song and just repeat it. So that might be a good video topic, how to add music to a live stream. Techno Girl says low and slow. Let's see. Better with the Jones says my videos are getting a lot of watch time from new non-subscriber viewers. That's typically the case. Majority of your traffic does come from non-viewers or non-subscribers. Satisfactory ASMR Life, new channel here. And what is your best advice for choosing a social media platform to help grow your audience? Personally, my thought is when you're first starting out and you're planning a channel, that you try to first lock in all of the handles or screen names or however you want to refer to them on all the social media platforms that you may eventually use. You know, Facebook, get yourself a Facebook page, set up a group if it's related, if you're going to have a community around your YouTube channel. Even if there's nobody to join the group right now, don't worry about that. Instagram, Twitter, get all of that set up so it's ready to go. And then once you do all that, you can get in the habit of just sharing to all of those, all your personal accounts like that, or your YouTube related accounts, every time that you upload a video, and then you'll ultimately see what how those perform. But I mean, yeah, the big ones, the typical ones, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, those are all ones that I've used. I don't see, the majority of my traffic doesn't really come from social media sharing, but I still do it because when you first start out a channel, you get a lot more from those types of things. So I just try to get your links out. The one thing that I do encourage you not to do is don't go to other people's Facebook groups and stuff and try to just spam your links, because nobody's going to respond very well to that. Just me, Dev, at what subscriber account would you start doing live streams? I would start doing live streams as soon as you're ready to do them. I don't even know where, if anybody knows, it used to be back in the day, well, when I first started doing live streams, I think that was just mobile live streams. It was like 100 subscribers before you could do a mobile live stream, but I don't even know what the minimum is to do a live stream these days. If there is one, it's pretty low. So I would definitely get into doing, if you want to do live streams, do live streams as soon as you're ready to do one. Get in the habit of doing it, even if you don't have the audience to attend the live streams. I would do them like just pretend there's an audience there and cover some type of topic in your live stream to get into the habit of doing them, and eventually your audience will see that you do a live stream on a regular basis and they'll start to tune in. All right, here. Let's see. Tanya McGuire, hello, Creator Fundamentals. What do you think about Hangouts with other creators in your niche? Are we talking Google Hangouts or legitimately getting or meeting people in person? Either way, if you can, anytime you can get together with other like-minded people to, spend time with and talk about your channels and do all that other stuff, I think it's a good idea. So one of the things I'm trying to do in my area is kind of organize some local events that creators can get together, so we kind of become familiar with each other. Who is in our area, that creates that we can kind of, create those opportunities to interact with each other. So, I see that. Hang on just a minute. Okay. Interesting. All right. Oh, I see a lot of tags here. Let's see. Doug Houston says you just need to have your channel verified and turn on live stream. So yeah, once you're verified, you're good to go. Do they still have the separate limit on mobile, or did they just do that when they first came out with it? Live stream. Yep. So awesome. So yeah, there's pretty much nothing holding you back from doing live streams once your channel's set up and verified. So yeah, whenever you're comfortable in doing it. Kevin Boston 7, what subscriber account is best to release merch? The answer to that is whenever people will actually buy it. I mean, and you can do it even sooner than that, but the one thing that I would suggest is use a service where they print it on demand, so there's no out-of-pocket cost for you. Because I definitely would not invest in actually having merch printed ahead of time. Robin Loves Reading said there's no limit on the number of subs, so that seems to be the consensus for sure. Rock River Rider, still new. Add it as I can with the time that I have available. As Dory says, just keep swimming. Absolutely. See a lot of people talking about food. They're making me hungry. Graham crackers, bananas, all kinds of peanut butter. Now we're talking. Can't go wrong with peanut butter and banana. Google Hangout, says Tanya. So yeah, I mean, if you have an opportunity to set up Google Hangouts with other creators, why not? Get a chance to actually have a somewhat face-to-face conversation with them. So I don't see any harm in that. It's definitely worth trying out and seeing how they go. I know I've seen some channels that actually do those, or some educators that use Google Hangouts as kind of like an opportunity to get together with a class kind of and use it that way. So definitely some opportunities there. Oh, this chat is... The way this chat scrolls is so awful. Yeah, I mean, Tani, if you're considering trying to use Google Hangouts to bring people who watch your live stream into the live stream, that might get a little more complicated. But if you want to have like a guest on your live stream, or a couple guests on your live stream, you could certainly use Google Hangouts as a way to do that. I feel like let's see, make sure my chat's in order here because I keep seeing responses to chats and I don't see the original chats. Just want to make sure I'm not missing everybody. Spencer Hoffman, what software do you use to stream? I use OBS. Just the standard version of OBS Studio. I do not use Streamlabs for this live stream. I've been playing with Streamlabs OBS and messing around with gaming live streams on Twitch, but so far for this, I am still using the standard variety open OBS. Does it hurt my channel to delay a video from the date I said I was going to upload it on? I mean, I guess it would depend how frequently that happens. It's more about the relationship with your audience and whether they're expecting content. There's no... I would imagine it wouldn't have a massive impact. Let's see. Shannon Vlogs, I use Teespring for merch and honestly just had so much fun designing it. Yeah, that's definitely part of the fun and being able to design merch. It's actually something I'd like to spend some more time on, but I haven't. Merch is not something that I receive considerable revenue from. But it's still fun to make to make stuff. All right, let's see. Spencer's talking about merch and presets or LUTs. Yeah, if you have an opportunity to sell digital products based on the type of channel that you're making, they can certainly be. That's something that you can start right from the beginning. If it's valuable, you will be able to find people to buy it. Super Rizzo, do you think that a channel banner is something you need to succeed on YouTube? If you're talking about your channel art, yeah, I think it's pretty important. I wouldn't try to have your channel without channel art, because that's the first thing people see when they come and visit your channel. If you don't have one, it kind of looks like you don't know what's going on, and it may impact people's decision about whether or not to subscribe to your channel. So I would definitely at some point learn how to make one of those. You can use a site like canva.com, which is canva.com, and they have a template to create channel art. You can try that out just to get something in there. How to build Credit TV. Hello to you as well. JPD Vlogs. Jeep YJ91 talking about pizza. Trying to make me hungrier. All right, here. Tony McGuire Owen, thank you, Creator Fundamentals. So much for the buffering and OBS video. Dropping the bitrate helped so very much. Awesome. Great to hear. I believe that's one of the lesser performing OBS videos, but it's always weird. The videos that you make that you think are going to be most helpful to people don't always perform the best. Like that was a video that I thought would be super helpful, and a lot of people would love that video, and it didn't get the response as like the how to install OBS or how to live stream with OBS. So, Mariella is, hi Dan, is Patreon worth the effort? There are people, some people, it's based on your content, you know, what you have to offer, why people would consider joining your Patreon. So in terms of worth, it really depends. If you're doing something that people want to support, then it may not result in a bunch of extra effort. If your goal is to provide exclusive content on Patreon, then then you're certainly setting yourself up for extra effort. But it is something to for those who have executed on it well. There's certainly an opportunity there to raise some money and help cover the costs of expanding the YouTube channel for sure. But some people have great great results, and other people have not so much. So I think it's just one of those things that you can try with your channel, see how people respond. And people are funny sometimes. Because I definitely know people, and I've talked to creators who are very reluctant to implement Patreon on their own because they felt like, I'm asking for money. I don't want to do that. It's about being creative and all that. Here's my philosophy on that whole thing. It's anybody who is creating a YouTube channel that other people want to watch are providing value to them in some way or other because they're taking time out of their day to come watch. That said, it takes time to make your channel and grow your channel and deliver that value to other people. If you have an audience that truly appreciates what you're doing, then there may be opportunities, whether it's through merch or Patreon or whatever it is, that they may want to support you or give back or however you want to phrase it or whatever. So it's definitely worth experimenting with all the different ways to do that and see how it plays out for you and your audience. West Coast Cajun cuisine. Who do you go through for your merchandise? I was looking at merch at Amazon. So most of the stuff that I have ever worn on my live streams is from merch by Amazon. I have like a Creator Fundamentals logo shirt on Amazon. The thing I like about that is you can just go to Amazon and search for Creator Fundamentals, and you actually find the t-shirts and things and pop sockets and that kind of stuff. I have also set up some stuff on Teespring because they have the Teespring platform integrated on right on YouTube. So now you can scroll down on this live stream and actually see the merch that I've set up on Teespring. So I think that part's kind of cool. But the best thing about both of those is that there's no upfront. I also use, like when I went out, like the hats that I do, these aren't on there. These are something that I actually order for myself, and I usually buy a couple extra ones. So when I went out to Vid Summit, I brought some stuff to give out to people while I was out there. Those are from a company called Queensboro. They do embroidery stuff, which I think they're having a sale today on hats. I should go look at those. But so I use a little bit of everything, and I buy these in smaller quantities because I don't really buy them to resell them. And then the t-shirts and things that I have online, I do through Merch by Amazon and Teespring because there's no upfront expense to do so. Chat scrolling keeps stalling. Had to reboot to X. Yeah, well, and for anybody who's been on a previous stream, you know how much I complain about the live chat because when you get like 90% scrolling down, it's got a little blue arrow at the bottom. And when you try to get your scroll bar to the bottom, at some point it'll say, hey, you're actually trying to get to the bottom, and it throws you down to the bottom, and it skips a big chunk of comments. And then you have to try to scroll back up and see them so you don't miss questions. And then people yell at you because you don't read their questions, and it just, gets all kinds of crazy. So let's see here. Um, yeah, it's kind of, it's either miss. So I saw Doug tell somebody that I'm usually back in the chat a bit. It's because there's only one of me. It's either miss people's chats or try to scroll back and make sure I get everybody or try to get everybody. Rock River Rider, how do you select channels to review? I would like a review if someone is willing to give me a look. We will, in a little while here, we'll grab some channels to do that. All right. And let me try to catch up on chat, and then we can start doing some channel reviews here. See if we can stay within the 90-minute time frame. Super Rizzo, what would you recommend be the best placed website to sell merch on? In terms of selling merch on, and like I said, Merch by Amazon is an option. And then obviously once you get that set up, if you also have Amazon Associates, I would definitely do affiliate links to your own products and put them in the description of your YouTube videos. All right, and I see Oreo Time said, can you say something about the items I've seen YouTubers selling on the channels? I think I already covered that. Perhaps I need a designer, says Destiny. I'm not sure if she's volunteering. Let's see here. Or applying, whatever the case may be. Where do you go? Oh, yeah. So Teespring and Merch by Amazon are places you can go to get merch as people order. And just me, do you think it would be a great idea if I had Spanish subtitles on my videos to reach a greater audience and use TubeBuddy translation for my tags? Yeah, I mean, if you have an opportunity to reach that audience, that's certainly something that you can do. I have done testing with a couple of videos and done translations for them. Honestly, I don't see a huge difference. But yeah, if you think there's an opportunity to reach markets in multiple languages, that's absolutely something that you can do on your channel. And getting caught up here, I think. VD's Gaming, I'm new. I'm from Nick Nimmin. Well, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for subbing to the channel. Again, for anybody who came into the live stream late today, Nick Nimmin released a collaboration video that he and I did together at VidSummit. He released it on his channel earlier today about trending topics. So if you have not checked that out, or if you don't know who Nick Nimmin is, I'm not sure how that's possible, but definitely go check out that video on his channel. And let him know that you came over from here. Adventures in Dirt, great to see you as well. Hashtag Niminati says flash in your pan. Let's see here. Doug Houston responds with the Niminati. Have a good night, satisfactory ASMR life. All right. I saw Spencer ask, how much do they charge for custom hats? When they have a sale, I can get these for about $6 a piece. But then you got to wait for them to do the, because they constantly have revolving sales, and you kind of have to wait for them to come around. If you just want to order them I think they're normally $12 or $13, somewhere around there. So I do try to wait for sales when I can. All right, I think we are caught up. Rocking T Homestead, where is everybody from? I am from upstate New York. Have a good night, Destiny. Kevin Boston, curious, what is the most positive and negative thing that has happened to you because of having a YouTube channel? I mean, definitely the most positive thing is all the people that I've been able to meet and the opportunities that it's afforded me to be able to fly out to Los Angeles a couple times now and meet with people. All the feedback you get where you were able to solve somebody's problem and get them to the next step on their YouTube journey. And I get those types of comments over on the Average Dan also, because there's a lot of how-to car repair and other type of videos on that channel. So it's always great when you get some feedback that says, hey, couldn't figure it out. Nobody else's videos helped, but yours did. Those are always the good ones. So as far as negative, I mean, it hasn't been anything extremely negative. Every once in a while I had somebody who wasn't happy with the way that I responded to, or the way I was talking about a topic, so they did like a 2-hour live stream complaining about me. That was probably the closest thing to a negative, but you know, what are you gonna do? All right, here. Have a good night, Mariella. Houston, Barcelona, Texas. All right, and where are we at here? All right, so let's see. Is it Nandin or Nandin? Let me know if you are in the live stream. If you are, we'll take a look at your channel. I'm going to try to keep this as close to 90 minutes as possible tonight. So if I call your name for a channel review and you're not in the not still in the live stream, then we're going to skip that channel and try to do channel reviews for people that are here. Gigwagon, hello Dan and gang from Wisconsin. Wisconsin's like my second home. I go there every single year for the last 13 years, 12 or 13 years. That's where my in-laws live. All right. All right, and all right, so if you've previously asked for a channel review, or if we've done a channel review for you recently, then we're probably not going to double up on you tonight. Just because like I said, we got about 20 minutes to go here. Just me, my views are good, but I'd like to know what I can do to get more comments. Ask questions in your videos. Depending on what your videos are, you know, engage, have a conversation with your audience and ask them questions. Ask them to respond, to share their opinions, their thoughts, whether they agreed, whether they found it helpful, or very specific questions about something. Gigwagon, we are out of Oshkosh. I go to the Madison, Wisconsin area. In-laws are for sure, and my wife is also a Packers fan. Adventures in Dirt, got to get me a Legion of Weirdos shirt. Yeah, I got, that's the, I'm assuming you're referencing that based on that video that I did with Nick Nimmin, because I was wearing my Legion of Weirdos shirt in that video. Kevin Boston, in 20 minutes, yeah, something happens. I go to bed. I don't know, Super Rizzo. I feel like I did one for you last week. If you weren't in the live stream for it, you should go check the replay because I'm pretty sure that's when I did it. Let's see here. Alrighty, so I think I have a decent set here. We're not gonna do. I did not see. Let's see. No, don't see him. So he's. Oh crap! Who did I? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. Bear with me just a moment because I closed out the window that I didn't want to close out. There I am. Okay. All right, so let me clear that one, and we got this and this and this. Okay. Close that and that and that and all right. So right here. Okay. And I think. All right. So let's take a look at a few channels here. I have my setup completely different today. So let's try to make sure we got that. Don't want to do that. Let's put that over there. Give me a moment. We'll get this all squared away here. All righty. All right, so we are going to take a look at Dirty Shoes Adventures. I think you just wanted me to look at the channel art. So the one thing that I would ask here, let's see, because I believe you're, yeah, hiking, fishing. Oh, stop. I think it's definitely, I mean, just because it makes reference to an actual trail, that's a step in the right direction, but I still think that there's an opportunity to inform people with your channel art. So instead of just doing a photograph, you know, even if you did like a nature scene and you wrote Dirty Shoes Adventures, and then you put a little tagline that explained exactly what type of content that you're making, That is going to help you. Yes, like I see your channel art is specific to the very last video that you made, but I would imagine that everything that you've done is not this one trail, right? Yeah, I would definitely want to try to get some words up here. And again, you can use canva.com to do channel art to actually add some text to that. And I would try to make it a little more generally referencing the type of content that you're making. You know, outdoors, maybe it's like a dirt trail, or like a mountain trail, whatever it is that you guys are actually doing. Take a farther out photo and then add some some text over it that explains exactly the type of content that you're making there. Let's see here. I want to kind of try to motor through some of these. Is that really? Give me just a moment here. All right, let's take a look here. Is it Hustle Tools? Your YouTube Snap-on guy. That's pretty straightforward about the type of content that you're making. It looks like your channel art will fit nicely in mobile. You just have some extra stuff here that's going to get cut off. But you've used that space well for it to display on mobile, or on desktop rather. And we got our uploads here, created playlists, Snap-on Hot Tool 2min. I would probably adjust your channel page a little bit and get some more content displayed. Right now you have popular uploads and playlists, but you can actually set up some horizontal playlists or some other layouts there. Let's see what you got for playlists. Make sure. Yeah, I would look for some opportunities to create some more playlists that kind of separate these videos into other categories as well, and get those listed on your channel page. Authorize Snap-on franchisee in Wisconsin. All right. So I'm imagining that, let me just see here. Just want to see how you're actually covering. So you are definitely in your videos. Okay. And again, I usually refer to this stuff, from a branding perspective. If you're trying to develop your brand and assign your face or associate your face with it so people become familiar with you in line with your brand, then obviously having your face involved in the branding that you do here on YouTube is helpful as well. In some of your thumbnails, you can clearly see that you are in the videos. So I would try to do, when you're doing like a specific tool, try to incorporate both the tool and your face whenever possible. Sometimes it can be like, like a thumbnail like this, you're talking about knives. Maybe if you're holding something up clearly towards the camera, so you end up with something like this where you're showing. but otherwise, you're definitely getting, you know, you have your audience in tune with the views that you're getting in each video. So it definitely seems to be working. You're closing in on 10,000 subscribers, which is awesome. But generally speaking, when you're like trying to expand your audience, when people are looking, you know, see a video like this, they may not know that it's your video, and if they're trying to find more content from you, you have potential missed opportunities there. So, but otherwise, you're consistent. You got your truck here and here, and like I said, for the most part, you have your face in your thumbnails, but I'm imagining that you're, like you said, because your about section says that you have a very specific target market, which is your fellow dealers. I don't know if you deliver these videos to them or they just know to follow your channel for that type of content, but looking at it from an outsider who is just stumbling upon your channel for the first time, those are some areas you might be able to tweak. All right. All right. Looks like you're on pace to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Hopefully that works out for you. Let's play RC. Welcome. Let's see here. All right. Did that one. All right, next one we're going to take a look at is better with a drone. So channel art doesn't really give me anything that I would relate to being a drone channel. I think there's an opportunity there to get something there that more clearly identifies your brand or helps you to create a brand. You kind of have a logo going here. I'd say that the font's a little bit small and it's a low contrast and a little bit difficult to read. Obviously, you have the advantage of it being right next to your name, but generally speaking, on its own, it might be hard for people to see what that says or what it is. So drone related. Is this drone related or is this just a... just a local event that you covered? Yeah, I mean, my first thought on a video like this is that I probably wouldn't put it on a drone channel. I'd probably have a separate channel to do what I would consider more of a random video versus what, you know, the other stuff that you're making. Let's see what we're doing for playlists. Better with a drone. Chicago YouTube creators. So it looks like we have a lot of variety here. Now, did we previously have a conversation about your channel that you may have recently transitioned? You got a ton of views. I don't know if I'm confusing your channel with another one where you may have like changed the kind of topics that you're making, but I would try to like focus in on a particular topic, and I'm not like looking at your playlists. Let's see what your recent videos look like. You know, drone footage. Not sure about this one. Drone flights. Yeah, so I mean, you're mostly on target with drone related content. You know, one video like that, I mean, it probably will confuse your viewers a little bit to throw in something like that, but it's certainly not going to be the downfall of your channel. But I think there's some opportunity to improve these thumbnails. This text, first of all, there's way too much text on this thumbnail, and it's low contrast. Yellow with that light background is really hard to read. And I'm honestly, I see Hubson drone, gimbal, folding. Yeah, I would remove most of that, if not all of that. I don't know that it adds anything to the thumbnail or gets people to want to click on the particular video more because of any of that text. If anything, it just detracts from the picture. You really want to capture somebody's interest or attention, or you know, add kind of some type of intrigue to the thumbnail so people want to take that next step and see what the video is about. All right. And again, maybe try to incorporate a logo up here that explains exactly what your channel's about. And then uploads, better with a drone. Maybe get some additional playlists that you can expand there on your channel page as well. Alrighty. Does anyone know how to speed up your videos on YouTube Creator 2018? I don't know if you can do that. I mean, I don't know what their ultimate plan is for the YouTube editor. But last time I used it, I don't think that was an option. At the time that I made my video on the editor, I don't recall there being an option to speed up part of it. All right. So I do see some people that hopped in towards the end of the live stream wanted to do channel reviews. I am going to keep tonight's live stream to the 90-minute mark, which is pretty much now. Tiny bit under the weather. Seemed to start today, so I don't want to go to midnight tonight. I see people asking about them, if I can do channel reviews more often. I do these every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you are in a situation where you want to work one-on-one, that's something that you can also do as well. If you go to creativefundamentals.com and click on services, there is an opportunity there to set up an appointment where we can actually do a one-on-one Skype call or Zoom or whatever video thing is preferable to you, where we'll look at your channel and go into detail, help you develop a video strategy, and, you know, give you that dedicated time to look over your channel and do that sort of thing if that's something that you're looking for. But I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out tonight. Sorry I couldn't do more channel reviews tonight, but feeling a little bit congested, and I don't want to push it because when I get really tired or stuff and I go back and I watch these live streams, I just look like Eeyore sitting up here on camera. So I don't think that's good for anybody. But it was awesome that you guys came out. Let's see here. If you haven't joined the Facebook group and you want to interact with other, you know, creators that are doing the same thing that you are doing, I'll throw a link in the description. If you haven't tried TubeBuddy, as you can see on the screen, TubeBuddy is the sponsor of Creator Fundamentals, and it's the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel, and it's always available to download and try for free. And there's a link in the description below, and I believe I can probably throw a link in the chat as well. If you guys are using the free version and you want to upgrade, you can always use promo code DansBuddy to receive 20% off of your upgrade. So awesome to see you guys tonight. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if it's a cold or anything. It might just be allergies because, you know, I'm allergic to dogs and cats and I have 5 of them. You never really know. But in any case, it is what it is. But it's been a great time hanging out with you guys. I will talk to you all later. Take care.